Hello, I am the narrator, and before this episode begins, Maddie and Dr. Von Schorman are going to be talking about a little voice in your head that you may not always want to listen to, because it might want you dead. Without further ado, let the show begin. Good morning, everybody. My name is Maddie, and today we're going to be talking about Remor. What is it? And did it come from a movie or a video game? Remor is a very dark, scary creature that comes from the game Frambeau. Now, the name in Catalan means voice. Quote, manipulates people to kill, making them suffer for his enjoyment. Yet Remor has also a couple of names like the Prince of Darkness and the Terrible Black. He is a very large creature that floats around, so he doesn't actually have any legs. He's got very long, thin black fingers that are very looking. You can even see his spine that comes out. If you take a look at his face, it's just like a goat head skull with a bunch of red veins all over it. He also has 4 horns, like the Jacob sheep, or, often other symbols of Satan. Quote, with long teeth protruding from his mouth, his eyes are black with white pupils. His black body is long and blanketed, similar to that of a trinket coat or cape. Remor likes to make people suffer and will often manipulate others to become murderers, insane, and even suicidal. I mean, he just loves to torture others. Quote, Remor is also seem to be a liar throughout the game, which helps him twist the minds of people. Yep, okay, so, the game, Frambeau, what is it? Well, I'll try my best to explain it to you because it is a bit of a crack ride. Alright, here we go. So, starts off with Frambeau. The little girl is the main character. And it starts off with her in the insane asylum remembering how her parents were killed. So she's an orphan. In insane asylum. That's 2 for badness. And she doesn't like it there. She wants to escape. And eventually, that same day, she was given these new medications that are just awful. I mean, she took them and she just sees this terrible world of blood and bodies everywhere, and just these terrible creatures that linger on everybody. So after wandering around, she eventually finds way to escape the insane asylum. With pure determination, she goes through that little bush maze and down to a sewer, and she's in this forest, and after talking to these large bug people, which are not on meds, by the way. She can see him without the meds. So, but anyways. Yeah. Talked to them and figured out her little cat. Yeah, she has a cat, and I probably forgot to mention that. She has a cat that went missing, and, they actually know where it went. So, after getting some instruction, she went to this little well house where there's these twins. There's these twins that took the cat. And whatnot, and wanted a spell, but they were evil, so Frambeau just made a spell that made them deceased. She got her cat, she went deep into the woods, and Remor, yes, Remor came and stopped them on this very large branch-like bridge and made him fall for what seems like an eternity into a different world. Yep, where people are bugs and plants. Oh man. And what's even crazier is that whenever she fell, she became a tree. That's right. She became a tree. And now she has to go on all these different side quests to get all these different keys in order to open up a portal so she can go back into her world, where she does and meets Itward, a little lanky skeleton dude, who takes her, who like finishes the quest and takes her back officially to her reality, where she finally gets back to her house. The whole goal was her to get home with her cat, with her aunt. You know, to like some form of family left for like security and whatnot. Well, guess what? Another plot twist. Guess who comes in? That's right, the doctor. The insane asylum doctor is like, you come with me. And he's starting to realize, like, maybe I believe you a little. Your parents, their death was not an accident. So they're like, okay, I'm gonna take you to their grave. We can dig them back up and see if we can find any clues. So after getting mentally scarred some more, Remor comes back again and takes her into the House of Madness, which does not disappoint. Oh my goodness. There is just like doors everywhere on the walls, all different sizes, all different angles. And like there's this eyeball that can talk and these skeletons everywhere that are just talking. There's even this alien in a bathtub. I mean, what? And then eventually, after like going through all these different doors and figuring out these puzzles, Frambeau goes deeper into the House of Madness, to the Heart of Darkness is what it's called, which is a hospital, like an actual hospital, not like an insane asylum, where she finally gets to be answered the question by, you guessed it, Remor. She wants to know who killed her parents, and when she finally found out, which I'm not gonna tell you, she snaps. She becomes angry and infuriated, which actually gets her shot. She gets shot and her friends come back. Mr. Palantris and Itward come and save her and take her to a world that she went in previously, where she'll be safe. Yep.
The interview. How close is it related to the inspiration?
Hello, I am Maddie here with the interview, and can you tell me a little bit about yourself and what you did for the Frambeau game? Yeah, sure. My name's Ray. I am a character designer for many different games over the years, including Frambeau. Can you tell me a little bit about Remor and one of the characters that you made? Yeah, sure. Remor, we wanted to make a character that is very evil and would often get into her head, Frambeau. We also kind of wanted to make it kind of relatable to people in the outside world, you know, with that deal with a lot of doubt or and stuff like that, maybe depression. We also wanted to make him kind of pop out in like some random areas in the game, just like how some thoughts do. Remor, he's a bit of a character that chases Frambeau throughout the game and often like whispers doubts and whatnot and make her want to break. He was also the one that killed her parents. So, yeah. Thank you very much. This has been Maddie with the interview. Back to the main show. Alright, this creature was thought to be inspired by Satan, and I think it actually works pretty well. A little bit of the character design with like the skull mainly, as well as a little bit of his personality with manipulating and lying.
A clip of the character. And are there any Easter eggs or hidden things?
Okay, so in the description there is a link to a video that has a small glimpse glimpse of Remor. It's the introduction that is playing for Frambeau. You can watch it to also get a little bit of understanding where she's coming from, as well as seeing a little glimpse of Remor. But I do have to say there is a bit of a gore warning at the end. You kind of see like chopped up bodies. So, yeah. It's also in like a cartoon style, so it isn't very like graphic, but I just want to like... I'm glad you understand where I'm coming from. Okay. Hey, Doctor, guess what? It's your turn. Maddie, we might have a small problem. What's the problem? Well, Remor's inspired by Satan. I still don't see the problem. We've already done a video on Satan. Oh, well, just reuse the information, you know, for people that haven't seen the video yet or still need a refresher. Okay, if you say so. Good morning, everybody. My name is Dr. von Schneumann, and today I'm going to be talking to you about Satan.
Where the legend/myth came from. Information about the creature.
Now, we probably all know where the idea of Satan comes from, but just so that we're all on the same page, he comes from the Christianity belief. In that, he is also one of the 7 princes of hell. Wrath. He hates God and everything that God creates. So he wants to bring it all, basically, to the dark side. And destroy that beauty of it.
How it looks, what powers or abilities does it have?
What Satan looks like is not very known. There are many different descriptions of what he looks like. He can be red with like a triangle goatee or whatever, horns, you know, pitchfork. He could also look like a normal human with a goat head that has 4 horns. It's also been mentioned somewhere, I believe, in the Bible that he's also more handsome looking than Jesus. But it's whatever. Let's see. One of the main things that Satan likes to do, is to use on people is manipulation. He loves to trick people. That is his thing. That is his desire in life, basically.
Is it mortal or immortal? Where does it live?
Okay, with Satan, it's a little unsure because, like, he is immortal, but the rapture in the Bible states that he will eventually perish. So, for now, he's going to be immortal till who knows how long. He can also possess bodies, but those bodies will die. And of course, he lives in hell. That's his home. It's nice and warm in there.
An interview. Are there any sightings of the creature?
Hello, I'm Dr. von Schneumann, here with this lovely old lady. Oh, please, call me Grandma. But I'm not your granddaughter. Well, I'm old enough to be someone's grandma, aren't I? Well, Grandma, are you familiar with the Bible? Yes. You see, whenever you're old like me and retire, you start to have a lot more time on your hands. So I did start to pick up a religion and reading the Bible more. Does the Bible mention anything about the devil? Oh yes, of course it's mentioned, because not everything that happens in the Bible is always good. Now that I mention it, there is a story that I do remember. It doesn't really mention Satan, but he definitely has something to do with it. In Genesis 18:20 through 21, I'll read the story right here. Then the Lord said, the outcries amongst Sodom and Gomorrah, those are 2 cities, by the way, is so great in their sin, so
grievous that I will go down and see if what they have done is as bad as the outcries that has reached me. If not, I will know. See, I definitely know something terrible is going on.
Well, thank you for your time. This has been Dr. Von Schumann with the interview. Back to the main show.
Who they hunt for, how to avoid them.
He likes to hunt for any and everybody, but he probably mostly targets Christians, since that is, God's people, and he hates God. He also wants to try and take them away from God as well, Alright, so since this is a bit of a religious matter, it's kind of opinionized. If you want to avoid Satan or realize whenever he's manipulating you, the best way is to actually read the Bible. And start believing in God and whatnot. And with that is unfortunately the end of the episode. If you are fascinated by Remor or Satan, there are links in the description that go more into detail about all of the information we found about it. If you've enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe, and have a nice day. Good night! Right! Bloopers! Activate! Oh my goodness. This is like the second time I'm having to explain the game, and every time I do, there's no way. There's no way for me to explain it well enough to where it sounds correct. It just sounds like a crackhead explaining what a bathtub is. I'm like, oh my goodness, I need a drink. I could do it extremely high. I was like trying to explain closet. I was like, yeah, it has bug people and a floating axolotl in there, and then there's like doors everywhere. What? It's the second reality. Whatever. Cool, we're doing excellent on time. It's like, I have to go to work. I have a job. Do you guys know that I have a job now? I'm working at a fire tent. Alright. Yeah, so I gotta leave at 1. And I'm deciding now is the perfect time for me to do recording. Good job, me. Cut. Alright, now we switch it up. To what? Kidneys. This is the end of the video, end of the video, end of the video. Pew pew. End of the video, end of the video. This is the end of the video. Pew pew. Pew pew. Pew pew. End of the video, end of the video, end of the video. Oh oh.